Today we're going to be changing the computer setup downstairs because the current configuration just doesn't really make any sense. The primary purpose of this computer is to record the videos that I do like on the screen with the screen recording, and neither of these monitors are the correct resolution. This one is a 1920 by 1200, whereas 1080p is 1920 by 1080, and that pixel difference, even though it's very small, does cause the videos to not quite fit on the screen. So I have these computers, which are 1920 by 1080, and I took this monitor from the upstairs setup, which is 1920 by 1080, and I'm thinking maybe I'll use this pair down here, and then I can put this monitor upstairs because that one was already a mismatch from the other two anyways, so it's not making much of a difference. And if I wanted to record on that computer, I could just record on one of the other two screens. So I think we're going to do that. The only problem here is that this computer does not have audio in. It has headphones here, and there's an audio port there, which I thought for some reason that can go either way. It can serve as either one. It's also possible that there could be a software modification to get this one to serve as either one. What I'd prefer to do is have the speakers out be plugged in over there, because they're always going to be plugged in, and then have the microphone in on the side. If that's possible to do, I don't know. So the first thing we have to do is test that and see if I can make this work. So let's go ahead and on this computer. Just gonna put this camera up over here for now. I'm fairly certain that there is a software running for the audio processes on this computer, so the software I'm thinking of may already be on here, which would be super convenient, but that would also entail something working the first time around, which is pretty rare. So I'm going to plug the microphone into the headphones jack, and let's see what we get. Oh, look at that. That's the software I was thinking of. So do microphone in. Okay. And now let's see. I guess in theory it should be working now. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's there, but it's very low levels. Let's do a lesson.
Check. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't sound that low. That's all the way up. That's plus 20. We're going to get a feedback. Well, it definitely works. That's not to say that the levels are completely correct. It's still fairly low at that. But it doesn't sound low. Goose.
Okay, so I think this is going to work fine. That's good. So maybe this will work just fine. Let's start by disconnecting this stuff. Ultimately, we're going to disconnect both screens. And I think we'll probably keep using these cords because this is display port. I forget what this one has. I think it has display port. It does have DisplayPort out, and that turns into a VGA, which I believe this one also has. It does. So that's what we'll do then. Use that cable. So far, both of these monitors still work just fine. These are pretty decent screens. They have a good picture, but they're not the most reliable thing out there. Actually, we're going to take the computer out too, because we're done with that. Hopefully this is long enough to reach. It doesn't have a whole lot of slack, but that's fine. Yeah, the other thing I thought of was I have two of those computers. I don't know if it's possible, but if it is possible to use the one of them as a secondary monitor, I would just do that. I know they have HDMI in, but I don't know how you get the touch input data over. This has been a good computer. It works just fine. This is the Levano M900, which is a fairly newer unit. Hold on to that for some other use case. Power cords can stay because those are the same. I just lost that power cord. These are pretty heavy. Trying to think if I want to have that on the right or the left. I guess it can go on the right. The power button is there, so we kind of have to keep that out of the way. And then the microphone hookup is over here, so that's not super ideal either. Kind of go like that, I guess. Alright, let's get the cords plugged in. We have to replace the power supply for that computer with the power supply for this screen. Where is that power supply for the computer? I don't see the thing here. Here it is. What's on here? Okay. Well, not okay. What? Oh, here it is. It's up here. Jeez, the cabling at this desk is terrible. Okay, so now we'll plug in this other power supply here. This is for that Dell monitor. I kind of like that Dell monitor. It's pretty good. I've used it for a long time. I was in the bedroom for a while. The only thing I don't like about it is the use of the external power cord rather than just a standard AC input with a power supply inside the screen. Now, of course, you could counter that argument and say this is better because if this goes bad, you just change it. You know, whereas all the other ones, when the capacitors start to go and whatnot, you got a freak show. Not too hard to recap, but it's not as easy as just replacing a power supply. Power cord thing. I get all sorts of commentary about, oh, you're making a lot of squeaky noises with the camera stand. Oh no. And there goes the camera. I tried. I'll pick it up in a second. Okay, there's the cord. This is for the speakers. And I need to shut them off, so I just have to plug and unplug it, which is kind of stupid. Okay. So now I wonder if this is important. It's important. Okay, I don't remember what I came in here for now. Maybe it was just the phone. Okay. Alright, so let's see what we gotta do here. This will go into DisplayPort out. And the slack is limited here, but I think it will be adequate. It's not great, but I don't have any other cords that are going to work. So I'm going to have to just use it. So into the other one, we need to get AC power. Computer mouse. And computer keyboard. Computer network. Here's this. That's for the other screen. Oh yeah, the audio. You may have to do some configuration with this to get this to work correctly. I don't know if it will or not. Hopefully it does. Alright, so that's that. This cord we don't need anymore. I will drop that down and pull that out. Okay, so we have this extra cord out of there. I don't think I'll be using that anytime soon, but it could definitely find a use case again in the future. Alright, now for this, I'm going to put the power in. I guess it's supposed to go through here. And then this needs to go in. And the port is over here. I don't think there's going to be an advantage to putting it through there. I don't usually screw these in, but I think this time I'm going to because it's definitely going to have the potential to come loose. It's not even threading correctly. And it's going to have to be good enough. Okay. I don't like that because it doesn't look good from the back, and you can see the back of this setup, but whatever. Okay, now we got it on it, and let's see how everything works here. Where that came from. Oh no, the cover was previously removed. No, it wasn't. Well, it was, but not anytime recently. Last time it did this, I had to just reset the BIOS because it kept coming up every stinking time. Well, this is on DVI, so we need to change it to... Oh, it already changed itself. Okay, so what we have is Dell external speaker out. That's correct. Okay. So then now what we can do is get the microphone. I'd rather this be the This should be the primary screen. Okay. So now, let's see here. Get the microphone. And we have to adjust the cabling a little bit here. In fact, maybe we'll just cancel that out for now. I think we'll just drop the cord back behind the table like everything else. And then I'll plug this in. And we should get... What's the problem here? Okay. So we got our option. And we're going to choose microphone in. Okay. So, let me plug in the speakers. And then we'll check it. Make sure everything's working. I tend to think it should be. It looks like everything's going to work the way I wanted it to. This is not ideal, but what is? All right. Okay, we got sound there. This is not flat. Okay. Testing. There is a little bit of something there. Let's see here. Goose. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of distorted. So we have to take this down to 0 maybe. Testing, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't sound distorted anymore. Okay, so I think that'll work. Now I just have to go through and install all the software, and this should be good. I think it makes more sense to have this like this, with this monitor down here.